And this is the astrological forecast for the sign of Gemini for 2019. Firstly, big thank you to all those Geminis who have helped me over this last 12 months. The kindness of those people who have donated little bits of money to my site in this last year have enabled me to keep pumping out free astrology into the world the way I do, and I will continue to do so. So a big thank you to those people who have helped me. Now, firstly, I want to do, around the forecast, I want to look at the dates of this coming year before then ascribing meaning to what's going on. So here's the dates for your diary. Firstly, the annual Gemini new moon is going to be on the 3rd of June of this coming year. It's a healthy full moon, it's a healthy new moon, shouldn't cause too many problems. The annual Gemini full moon will be on the 12th of December this coming year, weekly square Neptune. So that might be a bit of an issue around the time, but I'll deal with that one nearer the time. It's not that strong, so I'm not too worried about it. Mercury will move into Gemini on the 21st of May and it will leave on the 4th of June. So over this last 10 days of May and the first 2 to 3 days of June, it's only for 2 weeks Mercury's in Gemini in this coming year, it is easily the best time of the year for making any type of snap decisions, travel plans, contracts, negotiations, debates, discussions, agreements. Last 10 days of May, first few days of June, excellent time for anything involving media and communication. Venus will move into your sign from the 9th of June through to the 3rd of July, and Mars will move into Gemini on the 31st of March, and then it will stay with you until the 16th of May. Now this whole period of the whole of April and the first 2 weeks of May, while Mars is in your sign, is an absolutely excellent time for you to be doing anything that requires physical effort. Whether it's down the gym, digging the garden, walking the dog, whether it's being over confrontational or aggressive or projective and assertive, it's an excellent time to be doing anything that needs physical energy. It's also a time where the potential for bumps, bangs, bruises, broken bones and burns is strong. So wise and considered action will work. Rash decisions will not. But April and the first half of May, great time for getting anything done. Now, certain planets, certain of the big boy planets are not affecting you. For example, Pluto is in Capricorn all year, a sign that you have relatively little in common with. So I'm not worried by Pluto's movements in your chart. Similarly, Saturn is in Capricorn, again, not touching you. So very few of you, if any, are really going to come under the influence of Saturn or Pluto in 2019, and this is to be welcomed. However, Uranus is having a minor say in your affairs in the first half of the month, in the first part of the year. Uranus particularly is going to be affecting those of you born around the 20th and 21st of June. If you're born in the last couple of days of Gemini, then you're going to be finding that January and February of this year are times of completion and conclusion. For those of you born in the last couple of days of Gemini, 2018 has been a year of opportunities for change. And now at the start of 2019, those opportunities are going to become more notable, significant, prominent, and I would expect, hopefully, some positive results to come about. It's a good time to be taking chances, not risks, but chances. Neptune is going to be affecting a few of you quite strongly. And if you're one of those Geminis born from, say, the 7th through to the 9th, 7th, 8th, 9th of June, then this is a year where you can expect an element of weariness and fatigue. With Neptune squaring your Sun, you are going to find a kind of tiredness kicking in, where if there's any predisposition in the family to things around glandular issues or eyesight problems, don't be surprised if these flare up a little bit over the coming year. It's not a year for being majorly out there in the world or pushing yourself. So if you're born around the 7th to the 9th of June, then don't go doing marathons. You know, baths work better than showers, and eat well. It's not that easy a year for you. However, Jupiter is in your opposite sign of Sagittarius, and some of you, particularly those of you born from, say, the 5th of June through to perhaps the 16th of June, are in a very good space this year for achievement and progress forward with moderation. Please remember that quality beats quantity, and it'd be very easy for those of you born in the middle of Gemini to overreach, overstretch, overspend, and to go over the top in some shape or form, particularly whilst Mars is in your sign over April and early May. So if you take top 10% of what's coming up, you'll do well. If you take the top 60% of what's coming up, you'll probably end up flat on your face with nothing to show for it. To be honest, you're not having what I would call an action-packed year. It's not going to be a year for most of you that's going to change things significantly, with the exception of those of you born around the 6th, maybe the 7th, 8th, 9th of June. These are the people who are under the cosh. But for the rest of you, it's a relatively quiet year. And I don't really think you have to stick your head above the parapet that much. You should be able to get on with things without causing too much fuss. And there is the capacity for growth and travel this year for the vast majority of you. But it's not a year where you're going to change your personal world. It's not a year of radical change. That comes in a couple of years' time. It's not there just yet. With the exception of that period of April and the first half of May, which is easily the fastest and the most proactive time of the coming year, I think it's safe that as far as 2019 goes, Gemini, to say, have a steady and consistent year.